Hello, everybody. So Simon Harris said yesterday about abolishing college fees. So supposedly now we have free education. Supposedly, allegedly, of course. So Simon Harris has come out to this, and I do agree with this, but I get into the reasons why in a second. I get into other things contrary the contrary belief of this, that he's wants to abolish college fees. Now I never heard them say that now. And the only reason why they're talking because it's obviously a lot of young people in college is the first time voting. There's a lot of people voting for the first time now in this general election, and they're trying to get a few votes because Fine Gael knows the kind of the young people involved won't really vote for them, and Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, they're one and the same. If you vote Fine Gael, you get Fianna Fáil. If you vote Fine Fáil, you get Fine Gael. And they've done really nothing for any young person, to be told. The majority of young people have left the country already. And again, they're just trying to, basically, with the coward, putting the coward in front of people, to try and get them to vote for them. Because that's the only reason why, and if there wasn't an election, there'd be nothing said about it. I do agree, first of all, with the concept of getting rid of the college fees. There should be free education. Something like what they do in Finland, as they say. They want people to go to college, they encourage people to go to college, so there's no college fees because they want people to get a good job so they can pay more taxes. So that's the way they're taking in Finland. Over here, I don't know so much because, again, they're only doing it because there's an election to be done. So it's not about we want to get more tax because they're already taxing people to oblivion anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But this is the thing I suggest, really, instead of college fees, if he was going to do it, if he was genuine serious, because, again, you have to remember, they might not keep their promise. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are not the people you should trust to keep promises because Enda Kenny said I end the trolley scandal in the hospital. It didn't go well. It's still happening to this day as we speak now in Cavan General Hospital. There's 20 people on trolleys. So Enda Kenny nearly 20 years ago near this stage. When did you say you ended the trolley crisis? Because we're 20 years nearly on and nothing has changed. Still people lying on trolleys, elderly people lying on wards. And nothing has changed. So Fine Gael promised that back in the day. So nobody should be taxing their property, Fine Gael said back in the day too. And nothing has changed there. The property taxes went up in a lot of areas because of Fine Gael. So I wouldn't trust these people, to be totally honest. I wouldn't trust them as far as you control them. But long story short, I do think the most important thing, instead of the college fees, I know a lot of people say college fees should be abolished, and I do agree with that because nobody should really pay for education. But this is the thing I suggest in exchange, that the majority of young people I know, they're struggling to get accommodation in the town. Take, for example, they're going to Sligo IT, take, for example. They can't get a student accommodation there. They can't get it. They can't afford a private wet place down the road. So basically they have to go every morning, take, for example, from Cavan to Sligo on a bus. And, they would rather have, and I think the majority of young people would say the same, they would rather have the accommodation, a bed and a bit like a room to go into at the evening time after they finish their studies, and they can only have to walk out the door and go into the college. Like, it's just around the corner, take, for example, instead of getting on the bus and travelling up and down to Cavan and then to Sligo, because that's what's happened. There's a lot of young people travelling up and down from Dublin to Cavan, etc., etc., and Eamon Ryan's all concerned about the environment, etc., etc. Would it not be more simple to build more student accommodation, etc., etc., and give it to them for free, etc., etc.? Because that's what I think majority of people would want, some kind of accommodation, because I hear it all the time from people I know that are going to college, etc., etc. They have to go from Cavan to Sligo, to Cavan to Dublin, home in the evening time, for Dublin to Cavan, go back in the morning. It's just constantly one of the roads. And it's just not enough accommodation. We know in Sligo too, a lot of them have been given to asylum seekers, etc. So that shouldn't have happened at all. But it has happened in Sligo. A few accommodations that were supposed to be for college students be given to asylum seekers. So that's obviously adding to the crisis, particularly in Sligo, as I say. But I do think a lot of young people would rather that they have somewhere to study, they have somewhere to sleep in that area just beside the college, a student accommodation. I do think they'd rather that, because again, it's somewhere for them to go outside of home, etc., etc. Because I don't think it's a big thing. But obviously, along with that, they should abolish the college fees. But I do think the most important thing is accommodation, to get them to be beside the college so they can go to college easier, etc., etc., and study a lot more easier in the college dorms, if that makes any sense. And I think that's the majority of people would agree with it, because the college dorms are all full up, etc., etc. There's no place. And then when they try and find the wet, I even know of one young person I knew in my school, whether they went in the, not even the college dorm, but a house near enough to college, and to be totally honest, even if he got a big college degree, to be totally honest, he couldn't afford it. They were looking for thousands a month, thousands. They're looking for 2,000 a month. Even though we had maybe two or three people come in with them, it's still an insane amount of money for a college student to have to fork out. When he's starting out in life, you have to think about that. And Simon Howes, again, as I say, they never cared before. I never heard them before ever caring about young people, etc., etc. Because as I say, Fine Gael, made loads of promises before Enda Kenny. Nothing has changed. But 20 years on, which Christmas is he going to do it? And even when they get in, who knows? Are they serious about it? Because you couldn't trust them. Like Simon Howell said when he got elected, Taoiseach, a few months ago, 8 months ago, he would move heaven and earth to make sure housing was built, etc., etc. I don't see heaven and earth being moved. I see heaven and earth being moved for bicycle sheds and security huts. That's heaven and earth being moved. But I don't see heaven and earth being moved from young Irish people. I don't see it. The only thing that's been moved for Irish people, they're moving abroad. That's the thing they're doing. And Simon knows this, and he's not stupid. He knows it. He knows what he's doing. Simple as that. To be totally honest, I don't think they want any students, Irish students, to be in Ireland at all. They're nearly forcing people out. But I think that would be better off. But again, I would say to people not to trust them, to be totally honest. Because Enda Kenny, as I say, look it up. Enda Kenny said, I end the trolley scandal. And as I say, 20 people in Cavendon Hospital, just out the road from me, are lying on trolleys. Take, for example, 5 years ago, my father had a multi-sound bypass. And he had to stay in a janitor's closet for a few nights. Janitor's closet, not even the corridor, the janitor's closet with mops and all that. And that's where he was. So, great country, isn't it? Just to say. So Enda Kenny lied about that. He was Fine Gael. And then he lied about property tax. He said, I abolished the property tax. Well, still to this day, take for example, people in Cavan are paying 25% extra on their property tax this year and last year. So if that's abolishing the property tax, I don't know what to say to you. Because he said too that he shouldn't be charging people in their own house, and I agree with that. But he didn't stick to his word. There's no point saying something and then going back on your word. Simple as that. Because I bet you any money, they're not paying property tax on it. They're probably exempt from it, and they're big landlords, etc., etc. Because obviously they own property. But I don't trust Simon House. I tell you to his face, I don't trust him. He probably wants the college votes because he knows he's in deep trouble. And the majority of people, and Fine Gael again, the party for 1%. They had a big luxury fellow there down in Portlaoise, where was in Westmeath, for Peter Burke, the Minister for Enterprise, one of the richest men in the country, over Ryanair, him celebrating, jiving about teachers, etc., etc. So if they're the party for young people, and stuff like that, for the college students, God help the country, because they had a fellow that was the richest fellow and one of the richest persons in the country there, and again all landlords, etc., etc. So if they care about young people, I hate to say it, but I don't believe you, but I couldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them. If I was in college now, I wouldn't trust them. Because they've done nothing to show they care. They've done nothing. They're good for nothing, to be honest. And especially Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. They've done nothing for anybody. We see at the moment so many young people leaving and don't have a future. They have no future of ever owning a home, ever owning anything. And again, these people are to blame for that. These are the people that are at the top. And the ball stops with Simon Howes. So I don't believe it, to be honest. And I would say to young people to question your local Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil representative, because I don't think they will do it. Maybe they will. I don't know. I don't think so. But I say they come up with some kind of excuse not to do it when they get into government. They'd be like, oh, we can't do it and stuff like that. But I do think people would rather the accommodation but instead of the college fees. I don't know what people would think about that, but I think the majority of people I would know would rather have a place to sleep beside their college for free. I think that's what they'd rather have instead of the college fees. In a nice world, they would have the college dorm for free. They could get a bed in the college dorm and stay there and not have to pay student fees. In a perfect world, if we were in Finland or something like that, it'd be a perfect world. But unfortunately, you can't have both. But I do think if we done one of the two, it would make a difference. But I don't think they're serious. That's what I mean to say. But I don't trust them. And I think the majority of people would agree with me. They have shown nothing for people to trust them. Simple as that. It'd be different if they were trying to make people trust them. There's no trust. The establishment has fucked people over far too long. And no Irish person has trusted anything ever will change. And that's the sad reality. And that's just the truth. Thank you.